What is up, everybody? I hope you all had a great day. I also hope that this series is opening your eyes to some things and understanding a narcissist and what changes you might have to make. All right, let's get back into it. A narcissist has an odd advantage over you from the very beginning, and that is you don't think like a narcissist. They have this thing called gaslighting, where they are wanting to make you doubt the validity of you being you. Many times you're young when you enter the marriage, and going back as you age, you hopefully are getting some wisdom and understanding. But in the meantime, if you don't think like a narcissist and you're just over there going along thinking, well, I know I have these wonderful ideas and I'm supposed to live up to that, and I need to be the best version of me. Sometimes that's just not enough. Sometimes you're guilty of not knowing what you don't know. It's kind of strange to think that's my biggest problem. So that's why it's so necessary for people to be educated about this pattern of life and all the many ingredients that go into it. The wife and sometimes the husband, they just put their head in their hands and they think and they cry. Everything is so hard. This is hard. This trying to be heard is hard. This trying to figure out a way to say it, it's hard. This trying to pretzel myself is hard. How weary is this? So for the over-functioning, you are working too hard and you end up trying to cope, adapt, and accommodate to a situation. And you typically think of coping and adapting and accommodating to be healthy, resilient qualities, but they can end up not being resilient qualities. So can coping, adapting, and accommodating, can these be destructive ways to deal with a situation? Yes. If it's a woman's world to be her husband's helpmate, which we would all agree biblically, that's what God says. The typical view of that is to keep propping him up, keep forgiving him, keep trying harder, keep over-functioning, keeping the family together no matter what. I don't think that does anyone a service. I don't think it does her a service as she gets sicker and sicker. I don't think it does him a service as he continues on his blind, entitled, narcissistic, selfish ways. And it doesn't do the children a service as they are watching this dynamic. So when we really call her up to be his helpmate, it means that maybe it's time to speak the truth in love. Maybe it's time to uncover the deeds of darkness. Maybe it's time to get yourself into safety and take care of yourself and not worry so much about where the marriage is going until you get strong, until you know and discern what's the right next step for you. But see, that's been vetoed as good Christian counselors. If you're in a Christian setting and you've gone to a pastor or a counselor, you don't even say that, because that means they might get divorced, and that becomes a very scary thought. But really, the goal should be that both people should get healthy, and you're not going to get someone who's grossly selfish and unhealthy by giving him someone who actually enables that. Let's stop here. Tonight we have discussed some very important issues, and I don't want to throw a lot out at you at one time. I asked you to go back and listen to this again, even start from the beginning of the series. Where do you see yourself or your spouse? What needs to happen next? Are you talking to a counselor or a therapist, even a pastor? Know this, no matter what choice you make, as long as it's right and true, you can do this. It will be hard, but there is hope for you. Your story is not over. I love you guys. Be encouraged.